Welcome to the last edition of SME On Point for 2021. My name is Diabo Seto. Firstly, let me take this opportunity to thank you, our loyal followers who have become part of the SME On Point family, for watching us throughout the year. This year has also been very busy for us too, where we met awesome small businesses, and most importantly, we learned a lot from them and from you. Today, we host another fireside chat where I reflect with three entrepreneurs who are friends of SME On Point about the year 2021, the pandemic, the elections, and we also ask them for advice on how, and as well as how to grow your businesses and how to start them. This is in their respective fields. So these chats are going to be a regular feature in 2022 here on SME On Point. This is so that we hear the views of small businesses and also the people behind those businesses on all the issues, whether it's politics, whether it's economics, whatever it is, we want to hear the views of entrepreneurs. So today, my guests are Lerato Tenkeng, he is the MD of Decode Communications; Rucien Petersen, he's the MD of Spottmedia; and also Lufuno Neti Tutuni, founder of Funo Designs. Thank you so much for joining us on SME On Point. Let me start with the rose among the two thorns. Lufuno, tell me a little bit about your business. You do awesome shoes, right? And vendor inspired, really beautiful. Been following your work. How has 2021 been for you in the midst of COVID restrictions and everything? Have you been able to move stock and try new styles as you previously were?
Hi, Diabo. Thank you for having me. 2021 has been amazing. Amidst everything that has been happening in our country, the pandemic and everything. We've managed to pull through. We've managed to book more orders for the year. We did experience challenges just like all these small businesses. We've got customers who were forced also to cancel their events, yes, because of restrictions, and that sort of like put a strain in our business because we had to give them refunds, and already material was bought, and all these things. So overall, I would say 2021 was. It was good, and it had its bad side also.
Yeah, Rucien, would you say the same when it comes to Spottmedia? The world of marketing is one that, as a company, you cannot do without, and you need people like Spottmedia to help you market yourselves. How was the year for you, 2021?
Yeah, thank you very much, Diabo. Yeah, the year has been a very interesting year, and for us, a very challenging year as well with some of our clients. So we work with clients, with businesses, and we help them to transform their marketing to generate new business. And when the pandemic occurred, I think one of the first things often that businesses let go of is perhaps maybe the market. It's one of the most easiest options, but for us, it has really been an opportunity to show what we can do for our clients, how we can add value to them, and really stand out during this time and really try and support them in the time of need. So it has been a very good year for us, trying to add value, trying to do the best that we can to achieve, and working very closely with our clients to achieve the goals.
Yeah. Lerato, what a time to be in PR during a pandemic when the economy is not doing well. I saw you quite busy. How was business on your side?
Good afternoon, Diabo, and good afternoon to the fellow guests. I must tell you, it has been a remarkable year. And for us, not only remarkable because, there has been an increase and uptake with regards to businesses looking on ways to communicate, right? We have the fortunes of managing Sasria's reputation management. Sasria is a state insurance company, and as you can imagine, in July when there was that unrest, and even until now where they are still dealing with settling claims and all of that. So we have been quite busy on that front, helping them, making sure that they communicate efficiently and effectively throughout the crisis, making sure that they keep things calm. But with regards to just small businesses, at least who have been approaching us as far as asking for help, one of the observations have been that a lot of people still don't understand PR and its value. They misconstrue PR with publicity, right? And we then have to start with that education element, which takes a little bit of our time. But because we are a small business ourselves, we then are very patient with small businesses whenever either we onboard them or we help them throughout.
Yeah. The most important or the most exciting thing that happened for me on SME On Point was going out during the local government elections and speaking to entrepreneurs and finding out their views about local government elections. Because truth be told, it's not a lot of times that we in the media actually ask entrepreneurs about what's happening current affairs-wise. Lufuno,
yeah.
How could you describe or characterize the local government elections and your involvement as your business? Did you feel that how they turned out, they're going to represent your business in future come 2020-2022?
Sorry, Diabo, I lost you there.
So we had the local government elections this year. Do you feel confident as a small business owner that how the outcome of the local government elections will be able to help you through your business as we go forward, particularly in 2022?
Liabo, honestly speaking, as a small business owner, looking at the challenges that we face on a daily basis, I'm not really confident. I think it's going to depend. It's going to depend more on the outcome, of the promises, that the politicians. Yeah, because at the moment, as it stands, as a small business owner, there are so many things that my business lack in general, and I'm not just speaking for myself only. I'm speaking for all the small businesses in my field, and the promises have been made. Have they been met? No. So I wouldn't really put much hope into that. But we are hopeful. I guess we'll see what 2022 has in store for us. Yes, there's still faith, and we will see.
All right, gentlemen, Rucien, how did you view the elections from your point of view? And then, Lerato, you can just go straight after Rucien speaks.
Sure.
Thank you, Liabo. Yeah, I think that one of the challenges, it's difficult to really say, what is going to happen now and the impact on my business, because, those who have taken over now will represent us in the future. We have to wait for the results and see what was said versus what has come from it action-wise. But one thing I can say, I did vote. And I did encourage others to vote as well. I do think that us as entrepreneurs, business owners, we need to also take action from our side and not also depend on other individuals, other companies, other businesses. So we need to take action. We need to push forward, and we need to also lead by example.
All right, Lerato.
Yes, and just segueing from what Rucien was saying, it's important that, as small business owners, and just looking at the July unrest as an example, right? So many small businesses found themselves without a SASRIA cover, right? They may have had an insurance policy, but then they found out that there's a particular cover that they ought to have paid. And I think that's the kind of responsibility that as small business owners, we need to pay attention to, right? But as far as the elections are concerned, I think that, one of the things that we ought to do is to find a way of, in fact, just recently, we had hosted a spaces with the CEO of the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, and we're just asking him, give us an update on the Gauteng Relief Fund that was meant to deal with, help small business owners with the monies that goes to for COVID relief and for the July unrest, right? We found that out of the 250 million rands, very few businesses really came through to look for that money. So it's really going to be incumbent upon us, Diabo, to say we must pay attention, but also be activists in finding some of the support that your show, you always go out and find, tell us about what else is out there. We must then take that responsibility ourselves as well.
Yeah. Lufuna, the importance of being compliant. Lorato raises a very important point about the funds, relief funds that were dispersed. And chances are that a lot of businesses were not compliant, and that's why they did not apply for the relief funding. How important is that in your field as a creative?
Compliance is very important in my field because, when you want to apply for funding anyway, you need to meet the minimum requirements at least. And I've also had a challenge whereby, when I was still starting, I didn't know where I had to register certain things. So I would really say that it's very important to comply.
Yeah.
And yeah.
This brings me to my next and most exciting question. Rucien, how does one who is sitting at home want to go into a marketing business like yourself? Where do they start? They've got the capability, they know how, but what's those things in the toolkit that they should have to really register that business and get going in 2022?
Yeah, it's a kind of a broad question. There are many facets to it. So yeah, a number of ways is to go online, to register for online courses on how they can actually start an online business. They can register with a university, an institution. They can also speak to fellow business owners that they perhaps maybe know in the market who has gone through that process. They can perhaps maybe assist them. But I think the first step, like you asked, is to register the business.
Yeah.
You spoke about compliance. That is important. If you want to operate a business efficiently and correctly, that's the first step to do. Register the business. And you can register them on your business and secure the name on cipc.co.za, if I'm not mistaken. There are many other companies, businesses out there that can help you with that registration process as well. So yeah, I think there are many other facets, obviously time-wise, but I think firstly, register the business, make sure that you also understand what it is that you want to focus on,
Yeah.
and then try and equip yourself even more
With knowledge on their side. And then after registering the business, Lorato, what do you do in just a few seconds?
Most importantly, use social media effectively to market your business, because any business without sales, Diabo, is a dead business, right?
Yeah.
And fortunately, now you don't have to afford expensive TV commercials or print adverts. Use social media effectively, but be responsible when you're on social media and deliver according to the promise that you make to your customers.
And then how do you conclude it, Lufuno?
And make sure that whatever you want to start is something that you have deep passion for. Because if you don't have passion for what you want to start, unfortunately, that's a recipe for disaster. I mean, waking up early in the morning every day for me, for example, to make my shoes, without the love and the passion, 100%, I would have given up already, you know. So it's more having passion for what you want to start. Don't start something because someone else is doing it.
Right, guys, one word for 2022 that you are taking with you into the next year. Rucien, one positive phrase or word that you are taking with you to 2022.
I'm
moving. Let me move to Lorato while you think about it.
Be honorable, honor the promises that you make to your customers, to your staff members, and even to the community at large.
Beautiful.
Honor.
Lufuna.
For me, it's about looking at 2021. I would definitely say upwards and onwards.
Upwards and onwards.
We are definitely not giving up.
We're soldiering on.
Yeah, we've come across so many challenges. So 2022 upwards and onwards. We are not looking back. We are not giving up.
I love that. Rucien, you have the last word.
Yeah, I think I'll go with commitment.
Commitment.
Be committed.
Stay commitment, stay the course. My last guest for 2021, thank you so much for honoring my invitation, and I really appreciate it. I wish you all well in your businesses in 2022, and I really hope that you will keep on being friends of SME On Point even in the next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You too.
Liabo.
Thank you. So my guests today were Lerato Ntsenkeng, the MD of Decode Communications, Rucien Petersen, MD of Spottmedia, and Lufuno Nechitutuni, the founder of Founder Designs. That was SME On Point for 2021, the last one. I'll be back again in January, bringing you everything that is SME On Point. But please remember to support small businesses in your area. Keep the rands and cents circulating. Goodbye.